First News at 11 in high definition.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for WAAY 31 First News at 11. I'm Meredith Wood. We're going to check in with meteorologist Ari Solari. Hopefully another good day on tap. Yesterday was a beautiful day, lots of sunshine. It actually felt pretty good outside, which is a whole new thing for us. So something we're definitely enjoying.
Yeah, we'll have some more of that over the next few days too. Today, not quite as warm as it was yesterday, but still pretty nice. We got a lot of sunshine out there, and the temperatures aren't doing too bad. It's not quite as warm as it was at this time yesterday, but we've got about mid to upper 40s right now. 48 in Huntsville, 45 in Scottsboro, 46 in Decatur, and 44 in Moulton. Florence at 47 right now. And we'll forecast a high right around 53 or so. Actually, yesterday, a lot of spots made it up close to 60 degrees, if not a few degrees above. I know at my house, it did make it up to about 62 or 63, and I'm sure a lot of other spots were like that too, especially down in some of the valleys. But today, again, not quite that warm, up to 53. We do have a storm system coming in this weekend, and we're going to talk about the possibility for some strong storms on Sunday coming up in the full forecast in just a couple minutes. Meredith?
All right, thanks very much, Ari. A judge increased the bond for a suspect in a disturbing sexual assault case in Huntsville to $1 million. Carl Harold is charged with 2 counts of sodomy, aggravated child abuse, and 3 counts of sexual abuse of a child under 12. Police say since April, he held his now 9-year-old son captive in a house in Huntsville. Prosecutors can't find any medical records for the boy, and he wasn't enrolled in any school in Huntsville. Harold denies the charges and says he doesn't know where prosecutors came up with them.
All absurd. It's ridiculous. I read the latest charge, and I don't even know where they come up with this nonsense.
He was never outside of the presence of his abusers. If not the abusers, then certainly their accomplices. And so, in a sense, because that was his father, because that was his stepfather, he was essentially held captive, kept from the community that could have protected him this entire time.
His son's stepfather, Charles Dunavant, is also charged in the case. Prosecutors also want his bond increased to $1 million. The judge has not ruled on that request. The man known as the Ball Cap Bandit is expected to plead guilty in federal court today. Cedric Hicks is accused of robbing at least 10 banks in North Alabama. Police say he stole more than $43,000. Court documents show Hicks wants to change his plea from not guilty. The victim of a convicted rapist is expressing her gratitude to the Alabama Court of Appeals for its decision to resentence him. Last month, Limestone County Judge James Woodruff sentenced Austin Clem to a 20-year split sentence, which included time spent in a community corrections program and supervised probation, but no jail time. The sentence sparked outrage after a jury convicted Clem on 3 counts of raping then-teenager Courtney Andrews.
I feel like all this going public wasn't for no reason. The only thing that's going to fix any of this is prison time. It's the only way to protect people that he could come encountered with, and also protect his 3 little girls that are at home. So yeah, prison time is definitely what needs to be, what I hope is given to him this time.
The Alabama Court of Appeals ruled Judge Woodruff's first sentence did not comply with local rape laws. 2 men were arrested during an overnight meth bust in Jackson County. Larry McBride and Jared Morrison are facing charges of manufacturing a controlled substance and unlawful possession. Police were responding to a search warrant at a home on Highway 79 in Scottsboro when they discovered all of this meth and drug paraphernalia. The state fire marshal says a fire that destroyed a volunteer fire department in Morgan County is arson. The Danville Volunteer Fire Department lost an ambulance, a rescue service truck, and other equipment in the fire last Friday. The state fire marshal now needs your help finding out who started it. If you know anything, call the state arson hotline. High-end retail development in Jones Valley is a step closer to reality. The Huntsville Planning Commission voted to approve a request to rezone 126 acres of undeveloped land in Jones Valley. And as WAAY 31's Kaylee Lanford explains, it's all for commercial use.
By a unanimous vote. Now a proposal to rezone a 126-acre plot of land in Jones Valley will make its way before City Council.
I'm very pleased that the Planning Commission made the decision that they made, and hopefully we approached it in the manner that we should have, doing our traffic studies and all of our engineering studies to hopefully satisfy their questions, and obviously I think we did that.
The Huntsville Planning Commission approved the rezoning request after taking comments from the public. Only one person opposed the project, saying he moved to the area with an understanding that the property was zoned for residential, not commercial development.
I expected it to be developed, but I expected it to be developed under what was laid down there. And I understand that plans change, but I don't see the need for this change. I see the desire for it, but not the need, and that's a very different thing.
Other residents were not against retail use of the land, but were concerned about logistics.
One is the amount of traffic that will be resultant from the extensive shopping complex that's going in.
Developer Raymond Jones says his vision for the area is to introduce high-end retail with specialized boutiques and restaurants. He says traffic studies show commercial use of the land will not cause more traffic than residential.
The residential impact would be far greater on traffic and, quite frankly, I think on aesthetics as well, than having a commercial impact.
The public will be allowed to speak on the issue when it comes up for a vote by City Council. No budget for Christmas gifts this year or, well, ever for the winners of the Mega Millions jackpot. 2 lucky ticket holders will split the massive take-home. ABC's Karen Travers has the latest.
$1 million. Somewhere in California and Georgia, lucky lottery winners woke up a whole lot richer.
Tonight's Megabond number is 7.
Those were the magic numbers, and 2 tickets had all of them. The $636 million jackpot was the second biggest in U.S. lottery history, and it will be split between the 2 ticket holders. The California ticket was purchased at Jenny's gift store in San Jose.
It's good news for San Jose, you know. Hopefully somebody will be richer.
Gateway Newsstand in Atlanta sold the second winning ticket.
So happy, you know. It's exciting.
Owner Young Soo Lee said this is the first time her stores had a winner. Lee said her $1 million prize for selling a winning ticket is the best Christmas present ever. The Mega Millions pot had been growing since early October. 21 drawings, no winners. Mega Millions changed its rules in October to try and drive up the value of the jackpots by lowering the odds of winning. Before October, lotto players had about a 1 in 176 million chance. Now it's about 1 in 259 million. Those long odds certainly didn't discourage millions of Americans. Over the weekend, 20% more tickets were sold than expected as people all across the nation dreamed of hitting the jackpot.
But somebody will eventually win, so I'd like to have my, hand in the pot when that happens.
Gotta play to win.
The winners can choose to take home a one-time cash payment of $170 million or spread out $318 million over time. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Not a bad take-home. Coming up on WAAY 31 First News at 11. I'm Erin Dacey. A new way to clear blocked arteries in the neck ahead. And it was supposed to be a simple operation for a teenage girl. Instead, she was pronounced brain dead just hours after surgery. Her family now fighting to keep her on life support. And meteorologist Ari Sarsolari will take a look at the forecast when we come back. Stay with us.
In today's economy,